Well, I've got to be honest with you. I didn't really have any ambitions of getting to the final of the Europa League whatsoever, but the board have told me get to the quarterfinals or else. Hello, welcome to Club 3, Part 3 of the Globe Explorer. Coming up in today's episode, we do have our second leg of our round of 16 fixture in the Europa League against Fiorentina. And should we get through, we will obviously do the second leg of the quarter-final, which hopefully we do. Form since the last episode has been relatively well. We haven't actually played too many games. We've only played 3 league games and the first leg of the Europa League game, which didn't really go our way, to be fair. I mean, we went 1 up fairly early from that point. And when the first goal went in the second minute, I thought, cool, this is going to be an easy game. But no, by half time, it was 2-all. Actually, no, it's a 3-2. Then we got it back to 3-3. Then Fiorentina scored a 68th minute winning goal, which wasn't ideal, but it's only a 1 goal lead, which I think we can overturn that in the second leg. Only won the 1 league win since the last episode, and that was a 2-0 win over Sophia. So this is how the league, that's not the league. Come on, that's the Europa League. So this is the league at the moment as we enter the final 9 league games of the season. We do currently lie 7th, which I think that should be enough to get us into the Conference League. If in doubt, we kind of have to finish 6th, but a couple draws and a couple defeats, and we're going to start falling down the league, which hopefully doesn't happen. Our running does remain fairly simple, but obviously apart from the games against Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, the games are fairly simple. Let's hopefully try and get past Fiorentina and get through to the quarterfinals. I hope. I don't think it's going to happen, but the board do want us to get to the latter stages, so I'm not sure what's going to happen if we don't get there. So the lineup will be Petittier in goal. I'm still not convinced who my best goalkeeper is. Medina's not been performing great, so we're going to go with Petittier for this game. Then we've got the back four of Centino, Guga, Maidment and Leno. Prente at the base of the midfield, and ahead of him we've got Sugdakov and Costa Silva. Then we've got Hernandez on the right side. Would normally play as a central midfielder, but unfortunately we're having a bit of some injury issues. So Hernandez is going to have to play out on the right, Such out on the left. Then we've got Jantu up front. So actually, as I said, a few injured players. Sergio is going to be out for 4 weeks, so he'll be. I'm hoping he won't miss the quarterfinal should we get there. Pablo Garcia only out for a day. I was hoping he'd be back for this game. Ryan Flamingo is going to be out for another 2 weeks. So it's not been a fun time while we've been navigating through the injuries. Luckily, we haven't dropped too many points, which seems to be a good thing. But we're coming out the other side of it. So hopefully the results do start to get a little bit more positive. Now we try and get back to a fully fit squad, because the backups that I've had to play aren't great. Such as performing really well, but the others not so great. That's the worst thing. So I think that's probably the plan in the summer. Try and keep together the starting 11, then try to upgrade the sort of backups with, like, I don't know, young players with 5-star potential. That's probably the starting plan, but that might change when we get to the summer, depending on what's going to happen towards the end of the season. If we qualify for Europe, great. Then we might just try and sign a bunch of Spanish players. Obviously, we do have Fermin coming in the summer. That could have been a poor start. Thankfully, Petittier was there, able to make the save, to put the ball out for a corner. Obviously, we are just the 1 goal behind. We do need to get 2 goals to win the game, 1 goal to force it to extra time at the bare minimum. Obviously, we could do with a few more goals than just a 1 goal lead. That would be absolutely ideal. Leno with the ball. Can he put the ball into the box? He doesn't. Leno back with the ball again. And Jantu Hernandez puts the ball into the back of the net. That's what we needed. A nice early goal just to ease the nerves. So what would be great within the next 10 or 15 minutes before Fiorentina do eventually wake up, because I'm sure they're going to make this second leg extra challenging, because I expect they'll want to get through, but they have had the best starts, and we do obviously have the home leg. That's how I like things to go. Get the away leg done first with a decent result, a 4-3 defeat, not a decent result. Then hopefully in the home leg, we make it nice and simple, which we are at the moment. Obviously, if we start conceding goals, yeah, this ain't going to be fun at all. Costa Silva, can you put it across goal? And Jantu Hernandez, that was a decent, very decent strike, which if that had gone in, obviously would have put us in the lead on aggregate. And Jantu has picked up a knock, which is slightly alarming because we don't really have a decent backup striker. I mean, we've got Tony Guardiola, and who's our other backup striker? I don't know who it is. I'm still getting used to the squad. I think it's not Herrera. I think it's just Guardiola who's our backup striker. I'm sure we've got another option, but that's the apart from Njantu, yeah, we don't have any other decent striker options. I guess that was one area we could have done a little bit more improvement in the January transfer window, but hopefully he should be fine, and that could have been the second goal, and that would have put us in the lead on the stroke of nearly on the stroke of half time. But we do win ourselves another corner, I must admit. I mean, this first half, how we have only scored just the one goal with those stats, 17 shots, 8 on target, I do not know. If we don't go on and win this game, at least by another 2 goals, that's a good goal. And that's the sort of goals we don't need at all, because that does put Fiorentina back in the lead, which is not ideal at all. But somehow we're drawing 1-1, but with those stats, I feel like we should be winning by at least 2 or 3 goals by now. But if we can get an early goal in the second half, just to get the scores back on level terms, that would be absolutely great. But I'm slightly fearful that we're not going to get the win. We do need to get 2 goals to win the match in the 90 minutes. Obviously, if we just get the 1 goal and just win the game 2-1, obviously it will go to extra time. Carlos Such has got the ball and probably held on to the ball a little too much. I was hoping he'd probably find the top right corner, because I think he probably should have whipped in the shot a little bit earlier. Centino, and now to Hernandez. He's got Jantu. I think it was in Jantu. No, it's Costa Silva. Now to Centino. Hernandez, brilliant run. And Jantu is there with the tap in. That's his second goal. Not in the league, but in the Europa League, I think. Absolutely brilliant. Now, hopefully from here, the boys should have a little bit more confidence in them. Now that we're back in the league, obviously still level on aggregate, I'm hoping we can go on and grab a third goal, which will put us in the driving seat. Hernandez is absolutely shattered, so we're going to get on Plather. He can come on for Hernandez. Silva's our other striker. Again, they're both not great. He's got decent potential, but I mean, he's not really a channel forward. He's more of a target forward. So we will get him off. We'll get him off. We'll bring him on. He can play as a target forward. That probably will be his best role instead of him playing as a channel forward. But 25 minutes left to go. We are leading on the night, but aggregate scoreline not looking great. But it's looking great. But obviously we're still not ahead. Sudakov plays the ball across, tries to find Costa Silva. It is a poor pass, and Fiorentina go on the break, with Catalano must be offside, surely. And the referee, the lino, does put his flag up. And Guga's got the ball. Can we just play a nice, simple ball over the top of the defence? Or you can just pass it to the Fiorentina defence. And we've got a lot of hard work to do here. With Vinci has got the ball. Can we just get the tackle in, get the block in? And well done, Petittier. If they had scored that, I'd probably blame Guga for that poor. If that had gone in, I wouldn't know what to do with myself here. Bertrand has got the ball. Can we just try and get the ball back? I don't like where this ball is at the moment. Vega, this is looking quite dangerous, and I think that was going wide of a goal, but Petit wasn't quite sure himself, so he had to put the ball behind for a corner ball, which thankfully didn't lead to much. With 15 minutes left to go, still level on aggregate, so hopefully we can get a corner, but Fiorentina got one themselves, and hopefully we can just try and get it out, albeit it does fall to a spare man on the edge of the area. Thankfully, we do get it just about cleared. Come on, keep running, Silva. You got to keep chasing them balls, and hopefully, I reckon he might have gotten it if he carried on running, but he just stopped for some reason. Sudakov is going to make way for Bessie. Again, not the best person to bring on when we're chasing the game. Not really chasing the game, but we are. Prente is also going to make way for Altasano. And 10 minutes left to go. We are dropping a little bit of encouragement just in the hope we can get that third goal, which will put us one goal in the lead on the aggregate scoreline. But we do have a couple minutes left to go, running out of time at the moment, and as it stands, it will go to extra time, which I was praying that didn't happen, albeit Fiorentina have got the ball. Can we just get in the tackle? A late goal here will really be a sucker punch, but we've got the ball here. We've got a minute left to go, actually less than a minute, 10 seconds left to go. Can we just get the ball and hopefully grab a late winning goal? I suspect that's not going to happen. What happened there? The referee blew his whistle. It is extra time. Keep working hard, and hopefully the goal will come. I think we'll probably give it to the end of this first half, and we probably will switch to a attacking mentality. That might be a good thing. That might be the worst thing I might ever do. And Stella has got the ball. Can we not give away a penalty? I mean, that's a questionable pass, that was. I certainly would have done that, but they still have got the ball, and Catalano has put the ball into the back of the net. Scrap right to the end of the first half. We're going to attack it now because we've got to go for it at this point because we've got nothing to lose. I was half expecting the board not to care about the Europa League, but no, they want me to get to the latter stages, so we have to go for it, see what happens. If we lose from here, well, we lose, but at least we've tried this this second leg. As such, has got the ball. Can we just try and get the ball into the box? If we can get a goal in this first half, then we put ourselves in a decent position. And Bessie with the strike, that wasn't the best strike, but we've had 32 shots, 15 on target. Somehow struggling to get a win. I mean, I don't understand it. I really don't. We've got 2 minutes left to go of this end of the first half. I think we have to change something. I think we do. We will play out this highlight, then we'll try and go 2 up front for the final 10 minutes or so. I think Costa Silva is going to be the man that makes way. So we will get on. We will get on Tony Guardiola, see if he can rescue us the game. That's what I'm hoping for, but I don't think that's going to happen. He could be a poacher or centre forward. No, have him as a poacher. I don't really. What's his best role? A channel forward. No, we'll just have him as a poacher because I want him to be on the last line. Then out of position, he could just be a box standard centre forward. Hopefully, from there, we might be able to create a few more chances. Let's drop a little bit more encouragement because we do need to get a goal to send the game to penalties. Otherwise, we are going out at the first hurdle in the knockouts. Couple minutes left to go. Can we do something, please? A highlight? 1 minute additional time. It's not going to happen, is it? No. I mean, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm not that disappointed because I'd rather focus on the league, but I don't know what the board's going to say about that because I personally think we should have scored a lot more goals. We had 35 shots, 17 on target. Somehow, we've been knocked out of the Champions League, and Shantu is out for 3 to 4 weeks. That is thoroughly frustrating. I mean, we did everything right in that game, apart from just put the ball into the back of the net at least 5 times. If we had done that, yeah, we're through. But unfortunately, we have been knocked out, and so far, I mean, if we do finish 7th, I don't think that's the worst place, but we need to finish 6th or higher. Dare I say it, might look up to Valencia. I don't know. You never know what can happen. So I think we'll just play our next league game, and hopefully we can get the win against Alaves. The lineup for our match against Alaves will be Petouye in goal, a back four of Ortiz, Guga, Ahmed, who's primarily in our B team, but he's having to play today because if you take a look at the Suns bench, they're all completely shattered. None of them are really fit to start. So we've got Ahmed alongside Guga, then we've got Perez at left back, Altasano at the base of the midfield, then we've got Besse and Sudakov. We've got Lather on the right hand side, Hernandez out on the left, then we've got Pablo Garcia up front. Hernandez is wanted by someone, Newcastle. That might be interesting at the end of the season if we don't qualify for Europe, because Hernandez is one of those players who I do want to try and keep him at the club to just try and build around, because he's a very good midfielder. But if Newcastle come knocking on the door and give us a decent transfer fee, yeah, we've got a few problems in the summer, which hopefully I don't have to deal with, because I don't really want to sell any of our big players. Otherwise, that just makes summer and next season even more harder, which hopefully doesn't happen. But if we can qualify for Europe by the end of this season, whether that's Conference League, Europa League football, or if things, if our form really picks up, i.e., win the last 7 out of the 9 games, because I know we're going to lose against Barcelona or Atletico Madrid, which I don't think we'll bother showing them in the next episode. I think very much the next episode will be the final 2 games of the season. Sudakov has had a brilliant opportunity, but couldn't quite find that top right hand corner. Very easily could have gone in if it was a little bit lower and a little bit more accurate. I reckon that easily would have been 1-0, but a decent start, a very good opportunity, which I think on another day if Hernandez had that shot in the same position, I reckon he would have put that into the back of the net. Hernandez has got the ball now to Altasano. Hernandez with the strike, he hits the crossbar. That's 2 very good chances. We are getting close. That's a good ball out to Verandes. Now Sudakov. Verandes puts the ball in this decent area, but we can't get anyone on the back of it. Verandes, that's a decent cross, but it is caught by the Alaves goalkeeper, and we look to go again, but no, we don't. Oh, that was a worrying sight, but thankfully Petouye was there with a very easy catch. I thought Pablo Garcia was going to get his head onto the ball. Sudakov fights Hernandez, not to Garcia. That is 1-0 to Real Hispalis, and we do take a very a decent lead in the midway point of the first half. But if we take a look at the league table, where does that put us at the moment? 2 points behind Real San Sebastian, who I suspect have still got to play. No, yes, they've still got to play, but I don't know who they play. If they play Valencia, great. If they play, yeah, they probably play Valencia. I'm hoping they've still got to play Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, because if that is the case, I reckon we can get a finish above them. If we can, that'd be a good sign. If we are, I don't know what's going to happen in the next episode. We could be scrapping for European football. We might have qualified for it by then. I don't really know what position we're going to be in. So if we can win every game, or at least half the games, I think we'll put ourselves in a decent position to qualify for the football, European football of some flavour. Obviously, that starts by winning this game, which luckily we are doing at the moment. But Quashi has got the ball down to Lorente. Can we just get the block in, hopefully? And thankfully, Alves with a decent opportunity, and thankfully it was just wide of the post, and we escaped another very good opportunity from them, albeit that was probably their first decent, most threatening opportunity this game. And Persian has got the ball. Can we just try and stop them from getting any more chances on goal? Ideally until half time. If we can put the pressure on, hopefully we can get the ball. Can somebody start closing down their goalkeeper with a little bit more urgency, please? Come on. I feel like there's a mistake waiting for them. And Ortiz with a brilliant interception. And now we look to pounce on it with Sutikov. This is looking very promising. That should have been the second goal. A very good ball into the box. And Ortiz with another fantastic challenge. He's not having a bad game, Ortiz. He's having a very solid game at the back, even though we do have a very much a rotated back four. Ahmed very rarely plays, but when he does play, puts in a solid performance. And Guga is absolutely shattered. We don't really have anyone down on the bench because Maidment is absolutely shattered. Maidment is shattered, right? Yes, he is. Prente is shattered, so yeah, we're a little bit light on defenders going into the second half. Guga's just gonna have to ride out for as long as he can because don't really want to get him off. I think Prente is also extremely not shattered, but he can probably come on for the final 20 minutes or so. But we do have half an hour left to go. Still riding the goal, one goal advantage. Alves with the corner, and Hernandez or Garcia does header it clear. He's got to have come on from an offside position. Surely that player has, but looks like the referee has waved the continue, and Bessie did get the interception, and Guga did whip outfield in the hope we could find one of our players, and Garland has unfortunately put the ball into the back of the net where the referee, is he checking VAR? I'm hoping it's disallowed. No, goal has been awarded. I think that was that did look very, very tight, but it was indeed onside. But half an hour left to go. Scores are back on level terms. Alves, may I add, are near the relegation zone. They're 15th, so this is a game we should be winning. With a full strength team, we would be winning this by some distance. We are going to get off Shidakov for we'll get on Costa Silva, and I think that also makes way for, we'll get on Herreros, who is pretty rubbish. He doesn't really deserve to come on, but we don't have Sergio. When Sergio gets back, we'll have a pretty decent front three. But since he's been injured, we've been sort of a bit. I'd say I don't really know what the word is. Not great. We've not had a great front three. Just an average, a bag average. That's what I'd say. 15 minutes left to go. Scores are still 1-1, so hopefully there is a late winning goal, but I'd take a 1-1 draw. I'd take all the points we can get heading into this running of our first, well, not really our first full season, but just our first half of season with Hispalis. Strasnar with the goal kick. If he can fluff it up, which he doesn't, Veradas does get a head onto it, and Garcia has got the ball. Did he keep himself onside? I think he did. I would have urged him to try and go around the keeper because he had plenty of space to do it. He had all the momentum with him, or maybe just try and do a delicate little shit. But we've got 4 minutes left to go. Is there going to be a late twist in the tail? There isn't, and it does end in a 1-1 draw. Where another game we've had lots of chances, but couldn't quite put the ball into the back of the net for that winning goal. But I think if we can play like that with a full strength team, I think we'll be fine. We're definitely going to finish in the top half, but I guess the big question is, are we good enough to qualify for Europe? If Real San Sebastian can lose their game against Espanyol, who are directly below us, that'd be great. Obviously, if they win, yeah, that makes the next few games a little bit more interesting. So obviously, we do have Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, but I'm not going to worry about them this season because obviously we'll play them again next season in the Champions League or in the league. So I think we'll probably just come back for our final two league games of the season where hopefully, if things are still going to plan, we can be in with a shout for some form of European football. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.